I am Jeffco Baseball.
I am Jeffco Baseball.
I am Jeffco Baseball.
I am Jeffco Baseball.
Jeffco Baseball. Come see what you're missing.
It's time for baseball here on JCTV. Today, the Jefferson College Vikings taking on St. Louis Community College at Forest Park. I'm Matt Keeney with JCTV, alongside Mike Peterson. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine on this windy day.
Very windy day. More like football weather here at the baseball field on the Jefferson College Hillsborough campus today, but
Yeah, we witnessed one back just a few yards behind us.
that's right. There was a pickup football game going on here, and that was when the rain was coming down. The rain, steady all morning, rain again in the forecast today, but it stopped about a half hour, 45 minutes ago, and then came the winds.
Yeah, very much so, and it's settled down just a tad.
It has settled down a tad, but we do have a brisk wind blowing out of the park today, so could be interesting. Could see some home run balls today. Could see some tricky plays out in the outfield with that kind of wind.
Yeah, you could. You stated earlier before we came on that it's going to be some tricky fly balls because the wind seems to maybe swirl in open air stadiums when they're not domed, obviously.
That's true. And on the mound today for the Jefferson College Vikings, it looks like we have Aaron Kleekamp. And the overall record for Jefferson College is 16-11 on the season. The Vikings are 4-5 here at home, and so far they are 6-2 in conference play. As we are about to get underway here, the Vikings again taking on Forest Park Community College this afternoon. And leading things off here for Forest Park, we have Tom Hinkey.
We had about an hour and 15-minute rain delay to start off.
But the Vikings and Forest Park glad to get this one in. It's been rough going so far. As we see the first pitch for strike one. It's been rough going so far this spring. A lot of rain, snow, cold weather. It's been hard to get games in here for either the baseball team or softball team.
Very much so.
It's fouled off to the right for strike two. 0-2 count.
Hoping for a well-pitched, fast-paced game.
And hoping for a Jeffco victory today. Here's the windup. Little high and outside for ball one. A light breeze now at the baseball field. The windup and high for ball two. 2-2 count now on Hinkey.
Most of the pitches have been upstairs, all four of them.
The 2-2 windup. Hit up the middle. That's a base hit. Base hit for Hinkey. Leadoff man is on for Forest Park. And Jared Sager now is the batter for Forest Park, playing left field today. And that wind's starting to kick up here.
It really is. It looks like the Vikings may bring the infield in just a tad, playing for the double play ball. Fouled right toward us.
0-1 on Sager.
Wind seems to be blowing toward right field a little bit more than straight away.
Swing and a miss for strike one. Strike two, excuse me. Sager stands in. Here's the pitch. That's pop foul. Zach Blanchard, the third baseman for the Vikings, gave chase, but that one was out of play. Still 0-2 count One on, nobody out, top of the first. Foul ball, and that is taken in by Blanchard for the first out of the inning.
Nice inside pitch. It jams up the batter high and tight.
He did. Couldn't get much out of that one. And Nick Bozer is digging in for Forest Park.
Pitcher goes back to first. Called safe.
That's Hinkie at first for Forest Park. And here's the first pitch to Bozer. Popped up, right side, out of play. That's strike one. A cool day here at Jefferson College.
We broke out the coats and we got them.
We're wearing the coats today, folks. Swing and a miss for strike two. Good cut there from Bozer, couldn't catch up.
Count as 0-2s.
So Kleekamp is ahead here. Hit the third, but foul. A couple of Viking players on the bench today giving chase. Little friendly contest there to get that foul ball. Here's the pitch, and that's another strikeout. The first strikeout, of the day. But Kleekamp hopes to get more of those. And it's Tim Cupp in for Forest Park. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No score. Runner at first for Forest Park. It's in there for a first pitch strike.
Vikings looking to possibly turn 2, end the inning, and come up to bat.
Well, they only need one, fortunately for them.
Oh, we got 2 outs.
2 outs, but hey, if they can practice that double play turn, why not?
Hey, why not? Maybe get an out to start off next inning.
Sometimes you wish it could work that way, but unfortunately, it's not the case. That's fouled sharply to the right side. 0-2, Kleekamp ahead in the count again. 2 outs.
Where they're fouling off balls, that's pretty close to the highway up there.
That's hit deep into right field, but it will be handled by the Vikings, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Jefferson College.
You may not know their names, but the students who are helped through a Jefferson College Foundation scholarship carry thanks in their hearts. It's for the kindness that our contributors have shown. Make a difference in their tomorrows.
Education, the great equalizer. It doesn't just mean you get more knowledge, it means you improve your quality of life.
Give to the Jefferson College Foundation today.
And we're back for the bottom of the first inning. Jefferson College will come to the plate for the first time in this game. Jeffco taking on Forest Park today. No score so far, and leading it off, Kendall Finley for the Vikings.
Vikings had a good top of the first, only allowing 1 hit.
They did. Kleekamp got ahead of the hitters. And it's always a good thing when that pitcher, gets those hitters in a hole. Makes it a lot tougher job for them to try to get on base.
First pitch strike's very key.
Finley hitting .279 on the year. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. First pitch, lays down a bunt to the third base side, and he's going to be safe.
Element of surprise.
Let's see how they score. That would likely be scored in error, you would think, but
You would think, but since
might have
it
been
was
safe
such
anyway.
an aggressive play, they may give a hit regardless, but we'll see how that is scored.
because the third baseman there for Forest Park definitely should have had the ball in his glove at the least. Let's see how they score it. But either way, Finley on first now for Brian Probst, the designated hitter.
It's odd having a designated hitter hitting second in your lineup.
That's true. A lot of times you'll see that guy hitting third or in the cleanup role. That's popped way high on the infield. And it's handled for the first out. And Nick Becker digs in now for the Vikings. Center fielder today.
Vikings have 1 on, 1 out.
And here's the first pitch to Becker for a ball. On the mound today for Forest Park is Kenny Bringle. Becker with the highest batting average of all the Vikings, hitting .455 on the year. Pitcher throws to first, but Finley back safely.
That's a very high average to be hitting early, late, any time in the season.
Anytime, any level, really. That's a great average. 3 home runs and 22 RBIs so far for Becker on the year. High for a ball, 2-0.
Kendo Finley's really taken a very big lead off first base.
Putting a little pressure there on the pitcher. You know, he sees him out of the corner of his eye. Just something else for the pitcher to think about. Here's the windup. There goes Finley. He's in there safely. The ball shoots out into the outfield. And Finley will be in at third safely.
Couldn't tell what that hit to deflect into the outfield, but give him a stolen base and an error on Forest Park.
And with only 1 out, the Vikings are threatening with a runner at third and a 3-0 count here to Becker.
More than likely, you would expect a taken pitch on a 3-0 count.
Wind up from Bringle, and Becker does just that and walks. Zach Shy now for the Vikings steps in, playing first base today. Shy hitting .324 on the season. Excuse me, Mike.
That's not a bad average. Well, with runners on first and third, less than 2 outs, it's very important to knock this runner in.
Absolutely. And that's a strike there on Shy. Bringle looks in, gets set, winds up. High for ball 1.
Carroll may think maybe hit and run may be on.
It's a possibility. Throw back to first. Becker's safe. Shy with 5 home runs, 20 RBIs so far in the season, as we said, hitting .324. So a good RBI guy here at the plate with a runner on third for Jeffco.
Oh, he wanted that pitch.
Shy thought about it, laid off for ball 2, 2-1. Bottom first, 1 out. No score so far, but Jefferson College with a runner at third base. Shy digs in. Here's the pitch. That is sharply hit for a base hit. Jefferson College is on the board, 1-0. Finley comes in to score that run. Becker advances to third.
That could potentially be an error on the center fielder. He did bobble a ball, which most likely contributed to the runner taking third base.
Right, you would think Becker might have had to stop at second on that one if he had fielded that cleanly. And it's John Lyons stepping in for the Vikings. Lyons hitting .323 on the year, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs.
Pitch taken for a high strike.
Runners at the corners. Jefferson looking to add to its 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Lyons digs in. Here's a windup from Bringle. High for Ball 1.
Really on that sharp base hit, the Vikings really just traded spaces out there on the base pads while scoring the run.
1-1 windup. Taken for ball 2. 2-1 on Lions. Lions playing shortstop today for the Vikings.
Vikings really taking their time making the pitcher think about the situation and the count. And
2-1 windup. Great play by the shortstop for Forest Park. Gets an out, but it's going to score another run for the Vikings. 2-0 now, Jeffco on top. Luke Schlechte now for the Vikings, up to bat.
that was a great play by the second baseman for Forest Park.
It was. I, for a second, thought that one was getting through for another base hit.
That'll be scored a fielder's choice and an RBI for John Lyons. Pitcher throws back to first. Runner's safe.
Schlechte batting .303 on the year. 3 home runs, 13 driven in. There's a low for a ball. Ball 1.
On deck for the Vikings is Kyle Morris. Thrown back to first. They got the runner picked off. Boy, what a move by the pitcher. I mean, the runner never saw it coming.
He didn't. And that's going to do it for the first inning. But the Vikings do jump on top, 2-0. We'll be back for the second on JCTV.
We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Jeffco softball. Come see what you're missing.
And we're back for the top of the second inning here on JCTV. It's Jefferson College baseball. Jeffco today taking on Forest Park. And it looks like Spencer Mason, the designated hitter, will lead things off here for Forest Park. Here's the windup from Clay Camp for a ball.
For the Vikings, you hope the pitcher can set down the order fairly quickly after being spotted 2 runs in the first.
And the way we saw Clay Camp pitch in the first, you would think he was off to a good start. Let's see if he can build on that. That's hit sharply up the middle for a base hit. So there's a single for Spencer.
Bad timing on my part.
Oh, you can't control what happens on the field, Mike. Don't beat yourself up too much. The leadoff runner's on here in the top of the second for Forest Park. And it's Matt Harmon now, the right fielder. Claycamp gets his sign, he's set, throws to first.
Close.
But Mason's back in there safely.
Oh,
Up
man.
the middle, off the second base bag. Bad hop for Jefferson. And runners are going to be at the corners here with nobody out. Probably would have been a base hit anyway.
Would have been a base hit
But-
anyway, but first and third may not have been a possibility. It may have just been first and second.
Exactly. So a little bad hop there for Jeffco. A little good luck for Forest Park.
Bad thing about runner not being on second compared to third is on third, a wild pitch may score that run instead of a single.
That's true. Pass ball, wild pitch.
Sack fly,
Balk.
anything.
Right.
All those come into play.
So many more possibilities. And this is Tim Beck, center fielder.
Vikings will trade a run for 2 right now, for 2 outs.
And that first pitch was a strike. It's 0-1 on Beck. Here's the 0-1 windup. That's check swing, foul to the right side. Beck digs in. Clay Camp's ready, but throw to first.
Oh my! That looked to be out.
Mason was back in there safely, but
Great pickoff move.
here's the pitch. Way high for the first ball. The runner at third not breaking for home there.
Should be a wild pitch on Aaron Kleekamp.
And they're going to talk it over on the mound.
Did not score the runner, which was a good thing, but now the double play is not in order and 2 runners in scoring position.
And it would have been a close play. Forest Park not wanting to take the chance with no runners out here and runners at the corners in the top of the second inning. Vikings have a 2-0 lead, but Forest Park is threatening here with Beck at the plate. Here's the pitch from Clay Camp. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. First out of the inning.
Big out for the Vikings to keep the runners at bay, and now Vikings are potentially just smaller inning.
That first out, once you get that, takes a little pressure off you. And Cameron Dyer now is the hitter for Forest Park, playing short today. On the inside corner for a first pitch strike from Clay Camp. Runners at second and third for Forest Park. 1 out, top second. Hit deep into right field. It's going to be handled by the Vikings, but that will score a run for Forest Park on a sac fly from
Throw
Dyer.
to third. Almost got the runner at third, but he is safe. Does make the score 2-1 Vikings.
RBI for Dyer. And Jose Masonette will be the hitter now for Forest Park with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
High pitch call for ball 1.
Here's the windup. It's in there at the knees for a strike. 1-1 now on Masonette.
Pitch is on its way.
Hit the third. And that's going to score.
No.
Oh, that was an out.
That was called an out. Well, good for the
That
Vikings.
was a close play. Thought that would have scored another run for Forest Park, but the Vikings will take it. They lead 2-1. We're coming back for the bottom of the second here on JCTV.
Exceptional education.
Spectacular experience.
The personalization.
It was convenient.
It's a fun atmosphere.
And my personal experience here has just been wonderful.
It just opened up a whole new horizon for our family.
Arnold, High Ridge, and the Hillsborough campus has been very convenient.
I recommend Jefferson College every day to anyone who will ask.
I'm Russ Hilton.
I'm Jane.
I'm Brandon Berger.
I'm Liz Lando, and I'm proud I chose to attend Jefferson College.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jefferson College Baseball here on JCTV. Luke Schlechte will lead things off here for the Vikings in the bottom of the second. He was at the plate in the bottom of the last inning, bottom of the first, when Lyons was picked off of first, so he's going to dig in again here. And here's the first pitch of the inning for a strike from the Forest Park pitcher, Kenny Bringle. 0-1 windup. Hit the first. Should be the first out of the inning, and it is. Kyle Morris is now the batter for the Vikings. Morris hitting .348 on the year, 3 home runs, 17 driven in. Ball 1. Morris playing second base today for the Vikings. Here's the windup. 2-0. Brangle with that high leg kick in his delivery for the Forest Park Community College.
He's got a pretty good curveball going. He's got a pretty sharp hook on it right now.
That one's jacked deep into the outfield.
That's
out of here. Solo home run for Morris.
That's just the pick-me-up the Vikings wanted after having the lead cut in half. I just heard a fan stating that the wind had to take that out, but I don't know. That was hit pretty good.
That was. Might have helped a little bit, but probably would have been out of here anyway. Wind or no wind. Zach Blanchard now hits for the Vikings. That one's popped right side, out of play. It was Morris's 4th home run on the year. Here's the windup from Brangle. Hit the short. It's handled by the shortstop.
That's got to be safe.
He's out. Barely got him. Barely got him. It was a close play. That's out number 2.
Oh, we got some blue sky now and an appearance from the sun today.
The sun is making its first appearance of the day. Heavy rains here earlier. Things have cleared up now. A little breeze, as we mentioned previously. And this is Greg Robinson for the Vikings. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Fastball's hard to catch up when it's upstairs like that.
It is. Robinson hitting .282 on the year. And strike 2. Vikings lead at 3-0. There's the 0-2 windup, low for ball 1. And Kyle Morris added to the lead this inning with a solo home run for the Vikings.
And just to state, that was an opposite field shot by Kyle Morris.
That's popped up behind us, foul. I think I said 3-0 Vikings. It's 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
Correct that. Here's the windup. Hit into left field. That's a base hit. Single for Robinson.
And that'll take us back to the top of the lineup for Kendall Finley.
Finley singled in the first, stole a base, and scored the Vikings' first run of the day. Two outs here, bottom 2. Vikings have scored 1 in this inning, looking to add to the lead, maybe a 2-out rally here.
Sounds good.
High for ball 1 to Kendall Finley. 1 for 1 on the day so far. Greg Robinson at first for the Vikings. Takes his lead. Forest Park pitcher winds up. Outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now.
He's got a good fastball. Did you bring your radar gun today?
I forgot it again. I was clocking cars out in St. Louis County this weekend, out on my road. So throw back to first, safe. Brangle looks in for Forest Park, gets set. Here's the windup. Outside for a ball, 2-1 count.
2-1 count. That's a classic hit and run count. Maybe look for the runner to take off.
Robinson easily back on that one to first. Finley gets ready. Handled by the second baseman for Forest Park, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second inning, but the Vikings add to their lead. It is now 3-1. Going to the top of the third. We'll be right back with Vikings baseball on JCTV. We're back here on JCTV for the top of the third inning as the Jefferson College Vikings are matching up against St. Louis Community College at Forest Park this afternoon. Vikings lead at 3-1. Tom Hinkey's going to step in now for Forest Park. He singled in the first. There's ball one. There's the windup from Claycamp. Strike one.
Vikings so far out hitting Forest Park 4-3.
That's high for a ball. 2-1 on Hinkey. Strike two.
Good off-speed pitch.
Claycamp with a good performance so far. Gave up that one run early on there, but things were looking a lot worse than that.
Oh yeah, and that was an unearned run as well. So his earned run average as of this point should not be affected.
Full count on Hinkey. Claycamp winds up. There's the pitch. Hit the first. Under the glove of the first baseman for a hit.
Should be an error on the first baseman. Should go E3. Jared Sager steps up to the plate for Forest Park.
Flied out to third, his first at bat. Oh and 1.
I wonder if Forest Park's going to lead off with decent leads anymore this game as
it's hit foul.
The Vikings nearly picked off 2 hitters so far. They've already picked off 1.
It's 0-2 on Jared Sager. Runner at first. No one out so far here in the top of the third. Look back. But Hankey's back safely on that throw. Claycamp gets his sign. It's outside for a ball. 1-2 on the Forest Park hitter Sager. Hankey gets his lead at first. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for a strikeout.
Batter took off, but since there's a guy on first, he's automatically out.
Right. That's Claycamp's third strikeout of the day. And Nick Bozer now. He struck out in the first. There's strike one from Clay Camp. One out here, top three. Runner on first for Forest Park. Jefferson College leads it 3-1.
Vikings defense has played straight up the middle.
Hit deep into center field. And
That
that
is
is gone. 2-run home run for Forest Park, ties it up at 3.
That'd be 2 RBIs for Bozer. As like you said, he ties it up at 3, and that's not how you wanted this inning to go.
That's true, and of course the air doesn't help there to get that
All 3
runner on, but
all 3 runs have been unearned so far today for Aaron Kleekamp, so.
and Tim Cupp steps in for Forest Park. That one takes a strange bounce, and it's up the middle for a base hit. Looked like that hit off perhaps the very front of the pitcher's mound, right where it meets the grass. It was hard to see from my angle.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, but yeah, high hop, and even if the fielder fielded that, there was no way he was going to gun him down, so. It looks like we're going to have a conference at the mound.
So Forest Park ties it up this inning with a 2-run home run from Nick Bozer. And Forest Park with a runner at first now. Still only 1 out in the inning.
I mean,
And
they probably talked about just throwing strikes and getting ahead of the runner, but you were going to say?
Oh, Spencer Mason, the designated hitter, will step in for Forest Park. Swing and a miss for strike one. Mason singled and scored in the second for Forest Park.
Mason has a 1-1 count with a runner on, with 1 out in the inning.
Here's Clay Camp's windup. And that's foul for strike 2. Well, the sun's out.
I was just about ready to say something. It's now turned out to be one nice day.
I think the rain has passed us by for now.
For now, yeah. The next coming days could be.
Well, even later this afternoon and this evening, there was
Yeah.
some rain in the forecast as well. It was kind of off and on all day. Really, there was no telling when it could hit. Pulled foul down the third base line.
We got an imitator over on the third base, Jose Oquendo, the barehanded grab by a base coach.
The secret weapon, Jose Oquendo. It was fun to watch back in his playing days. As Mason digs in. Low and inside for ball 2. 2-2 on Spencer Mason. Top of the third here. Score all tied up at 3 apiece between Jefferson College and Forest Park. On what has turned out to be a beautiful day for baseball.
And we hope it continues.
Clay Camp shakes off a sign from the catcher. He's ready now. 2-2 windup. That's offered at high and outside, fouled back. A couple of the Vikings players hustle out to find that one, that foul ball.
Who says you don't get exercise when you don't play?
Throw back to first, but Tim Cupp back safely for Forest Park.
Wow.
Inside and low for ball 3, full count on Mason.
With 1 out, you look for the runner to take off on this pitch, even though there's 1 out. He doesn't.
That's a strikeout for Clay Camp. His 4th on the afternoon. Matt Harmon is the hitter for Forest Park now. And Harmon singled in the 2nd. Thrown out at 3rd, though.
That pitch was taken for a strike call.
Here's the 0-1 windup. 0-2.
Painting the corner so far.
Good location. Here's the 0-2 windup from Clay Camp. Hit foul.
And there go 2 more players.
Yeah, the players who just ran to our right to find that ball probably now have to run and find that one. There's no rest for these players on the bench today for Jeffco.
And this is their day off, but
backhanded by the pitcher. Errant throw. Rupp's going to advance to 3rd. And Harmon to 2nd. Runners on 2nd and 3rd now, with 2 out in the inning after the error.
it was a nice backhanded play, but just rushed the throw just a little bit too much. Vikings need to be careful. You do not want to turn this into a big inning. Limit the damage here.
And Tim Beck will stand in with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning and runners at 2nd and 3rd. Inside for ball 1. Beck struck out in the 2nd. One and 0 on Tim Beck. Clay Camp set. Here's the windup. And hits him. So the bases are going to be loaded here with 2 outs. As Cameron Dyer.
Oh, if there's any good news about hitting that batter, now there's a force out at any base.
Here's the windup and first pitch to Dyer. Swing and a miss at a low ball. Probably would have been ball 1.
Yeah, low and outside.
Time called by the batter, Dyer.
The pace of this game has really slowed up. I mean, pitcher keeps stepping off or the batter keeps calling time.
We're all tied up at 3. Top 3rd. Here's the windup to Dyer. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2. Clay Camp ahead in the count here, where he wants to be in this situation.
First baseman playing behind the runner. All 3 runners get into a big lead.
Here's the 0-2 windup. It's hit to short. Here's the throw to first, and the Vikings don't let any more damage be done there by Forest Park. It's all tied up at 3. We'll be back for the bottom of the 3rd inning in just a second here on JCTV.
Great education.
Friendly atmosphere.
Beautiful campus.
The convenience and the affordability.
My experience at Jefferson College has been wonderful.
I find the quality of education here at Jefferson College to be one of a kind.
My experience at Jefferson College has been a major plus in my life and one of the best decisions I've made.
Jefferson College would be the place that I would recommend the most.
I'm Katie Williams.
I'm Kevin Higginbotham.
I'm Ann Martinson.
I'm Tony Markovich, and I'm proud I chose to attend Jefferson College.
Welcome back to Vikings baseball here on JCTV. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Score all tied up at 3 apiece. And Brian Probst will lead things off for Jefferson College. First pitch of the inning is a ball.
In the first inning, Brian Probst flied out to the second baseman.
That's high for ball 2 from the Forest Park pitcher Brangle. There's the high windup and hit deep into center field. This one could leave the park. It does.
Wow, that was a very high fly.
That's a home run for Probst. Solo home run. His third on the season.
I mean, I really did not think that was going out. I lost the ball from the moment he hit it. It looked like a routine fly, but I guess with the wind and just carried out.
So the Vikings jump back on top, 4-3. Nick Becker is the hitter now. Fouled right side. Becker walked in the first and scored a run. Nobody out. Here's the 0-1 windup. 0-2 on Becker.
That's a total of 2 home runs for the Vikings, 1 for Forest Park. Ball really jumping off the bat.
And with the wind blowing out today, conditions are right for home runs to help the hitters out just a little bit. There's ball 1. But what a great start to the inning for the Vikings. Little trouble last inning. Forest Park ties it up, and the Vikings jump right back on top with that solo home run from Brian Probst.
And that's the way you want to attack a team after you let them tie you.
And a good battle here between Nick Becker at the plate and Brangle, the pitcher for Forest Park. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's popped up to right field.
That's a fair ball.
And the play's made. So that's out number 1. Out number 1, Zach Shy comes to the plate.
Vikings, even though they lead this game, they have committed 2 errors, and usually that comes back to haunt you, but so far so good.
That's a first pitch strike there from Brangle. It's 0-1 on Zach Shy, who singled in the first inning. Also had an RBI. That's grounded up the second base side there for another hit. John Lyons, the shortstop, is now the hitter. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first, was picked off at first.
Also had an RBI.
There's ball 1. We're in the bottom of the third. Jefferson College on top of Forest Park, 4-3. 1 out, runner on first. Lions at the plate. Lions digs in. Here's the windup. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3.
That's a good opportunity now for the Vikings to really get this inning going with already a man on first and a 3-0 count.
And a hitter's count for Lions, 3-0. He's ready. The pitcher's set. Here's the windup. And 4-pitch walk.
You mentioned earlier about the pitcher's leg kick, and that is a very high leg kick. I'm surprised the Vikings haven't challenged it more often.
It reminds me of Dontrell Willis a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Major league pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. Of course, pitched all those years for the Florida Marlins, traded this offseason.
I heard there was a little rumor that the Cardinals were going to try and pick him up.
Well, there was talk concerning his name. His name was mentioned a lot over the past 2 or 3 years, but nothing ever materialized there. And it's Luke Schlechte now for Jefferson College. One out here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second. Well, the clouds have moved out. Still some light cloud cover here, but we have the sun shining down on us. A far cry from what it was about 2 hours ago.
Oh, very much so.
A downpour and the tarp was here on the baseball field. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on Schlechte.
It was very, very cool, almost cold. Now it's pretty warm out here.
It is. The breeze feels nice now. It was a little chilly before. The sun's heating things up here at the baseball field on Jefferson College Hillsborough campus as Schlechte's ready for the pitch. Offers it that one, and that's a fair ball.
Very smart play by the third baseman to let that fall and try for the double play.
Right, and he gets the runner at third on a force, but they do not get the double play. So there's 2 outs in the inning, and Kyle Morris, who homered in the second, is going to step in for the Vikings.
He has a runner in scoring position, so a single will extend the Vikings lead to 2.
Brango looks the runner back. Here's the first pitch to Morris for a ball. John Lyons on second, Luke Schlechte on first. Kyle Morris at the plate for Jefferson College. Second baseman made a move toward the bag, but no throw from the pitcher Brango. And Brango looks in, ready for the 1-0 pitch to Kyle Morris. Steps off. And that is a balk.
Yeah, that's what they call.
Both runners will advance. What a big play for Jeffco. Instead of first and second, now second and third, a base hit could score 2 now. Thought that was a balk, but
yeah,
didn't want to say anything until the ump made the call officially. Here's the windup.
I mean, why that was a balk, he really didn't stop his windup, but he looked to second and then went to first.
Well, he came set, started the windup, and then came off the rubber. So cannot do that as a pitcher. 2-0 count on Morris. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Nice crowd on hand today. The Jefferson College softball team taking in the game from the stands.
Runner's gonna try and score.
Safe! So the Vikings get one more here. 5-3 on top.
And that was John Lyons scoring the run.
And after that play at the plate, Brango didn't seem to know where the ball was. Looks like he's losing a little bit of composure up there on the mound.
It looks
with
like
the balk, and then threw a ball in the dirt there, wild pitch. His teammates had to remind him where the ball was. Strike 2, and as you mentioned earlier in the game, Mike, getting that runner to third.
Yeah,
that runner would have advanced on that play, but would not have scored. So huge play there for Jefferson. Popped up for a foul ball to the right side, out of play. 3-2. 3-2 on Morris, a lengthy at bat here. 2 outs, runner on third for Jefferson College. Morris trying to drive that runner in. He'll strike out to end the inning. But Jefferson College adds 2 more. Vikings lead at 5-3. We'll be right back on JCTV. And we're back for the top of the fourth inning here on JCTV. Jefferson College on top of Forest Park, 5-3. The bottom of the third, Jefferson scoring on a solo home run by Probst, and then a run scored on a wild pitch. Clay Camp back on the mound for Jefferson, and there's ball one.
I've got Clay Camp with 4 strikeouts on the day.
And the hitter for Forest Park is Jose Masonette. Masonette grounded out during his first at bat. 1-1. Outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
As the wind really picks up here, and
Clay Camp's ready for the 1-2. Hit back to Clay Camp, makes the play, and throws out Masonette for the first out of the inning.
Tom Henke will come back up. He was the reason the rally started the last inning.
Reached on that error, which I thought that one could have gone either way. It was hardly hit.
Yeah, I mean,
the first baseman, you know, made his best effort, but was scored in error.
I mean, the pitcher almost made a fantastic play, and his adrenaline's running. Probably hurried to throw a little bit too much, but it would have been a bang-bang play. But
0-2. Clay Camp getting ahead of Henke. Top of the fourth inning here. Jefferson College on top of Forest Park, 5-3. 1 out. 0-2. Here's the windup. That one's hit deep into center field. And it's caught.
No, it's gone.
It's gone. That's a home run, so another one on the board for Forest Park. Cuts the lead back to 1, 5-4. Vikings on top still.
You sure we're not at Mile High Stadium?
Well, that wind is still blowing in here, blowing behind our backs out of the park, so helping out the hitters a little bit. And that one was close. The ball was just over the wall. I mean, it looked like it was right on the center fielder's glove, which is why we hesitated here.
I mean, yeah, my reaction was the same as yours. I thought he pulled it back.
So there's that was a solo home run from Henke. And there's ball one on Jared Sager.
He is 0 for 2 on the day. He has a strikeout and grounded. No, he flied to third in the first.
In the dirt for ball 2. As the wind is picking up again here at the
we're getting
at the
some
baseball
flying
field.
Now.
Sodas are being knocked over here.
I think that was mine. Mine's missing.
Here's the wind up in the dirt for ball 3. Top fourth, Vikings on top, 5-4. 1 out. 3-1 count on Sager.
Oddly, with being on a baseball diamond with the wind, there's no hot dog wrappers flying around.
Some leaves, but no hot dog.
You don't see that very
much.
much.
Right. Hit the second. Bobbled by the second baseman. Still able to make the play for the out. Good recovery. Second out of the inning there.
Boy, some of the fielders really having a hard time controlling the ball today.
That's the case. As Clay Camp gets a new ball, and Nick Bozer steps in. Bozer with a 2-run homer in the third for Forest Park. And there's ball 1.
Vikings would like to get out of this inning with only 1 run's damage.
Ball 2 on Bozer. Wind up from Clay Camp.
You not want to put a guy on base via the walk. Those come around to score a lot.
Clay Camp looks in. 3-0 pitch. Fouled back. So Bozer had the green light there on 3-0. Understandable since he seems to be one of the power hitters in the Forest Park lineup. Of course, that 2-run homer in the third. Here's the 3-1. In the dirt for ball 4.
Tim Cup will come up for Forest Park.
Cup is 1 for 2 on the day, singled in the third. Flied out to right in the first.
So far, the difference is that balk and wild pitch so far.
There's Clay Camp with the 1-0. Ball in the dirt for ball 1. Look back to first, but Bozer slides in safely.
Uh-oh.
That's hit deep to center. That's another home run.
That's over the scoreboard. That was a bomb.
That one was way out of here. A 2-run home run for Cup. And that's going to put Forest Park in front, 6-5.
Not a good inning so far as 3 runs have scored, 2 home runs. Clay Camp seems to be tiring out a bit, and we can't see the bullpen from here, but I would assume there'd be some pitchers warming up.
You do see a couple of Vikings players trotting back toward that bullpen.
That one may be in the softball field, because that was absolutely
That
crushed.
was over the scoreboard. And Spencer Mason is the hitter.
Oh,
that's
no.
hit deep. And that's out of here too.
Wow.
7-5. Forest Park on top, adds to its lead.
That's not what you
Back-to-back home runs for Forest Park.
Four-run inning. Wow. I don't know if we're going to see a pitching change or not.
It's very possible. We're going to talk things over for now, but we'll see what happens. 2 home runs in the inning for Forest Park. A 2-run shot by Tim Cup, a solo shot by Spencer Mason. 3 home runs in the inning, mind you. Excuse me.
You're right.
Tom Hinkie hit one also, so 4-run inning for Forest Park.
That's
on top, 7-5. We're going to take a quick break on JCTV. We'll be right back. We're back on JCTV. No pitching change for the Vikings. Clay Camp still on the mound. A 4-run inning here for Forest Park. Forest Park on top, 7-5.
Vikings coaching staff wants to see how much Clay Camp can withstand, see how much fight he's got left in him.
Plus, it might take a few minutes for that reliever to get warmed up for the Vikings. There's strike two. 1 and 2.
Starting to come back strong.
1-2 on Matt Harmon. And there's a strikeout to end the inning. But Forest Park puts 4 on the board and regains the lead. It's 7-5. Forest Park on top of the Vikings. We'll be right back on JCTV. We're back for the bottom of the 4th inning here on JCTV as Zach Blanchard steps in to lead things off for the Vikings, takes ball 1. Forest Park took the lead in the top of this inning. Forest Park now leads 7-5 over Jefferson College. There's the windup that's hit the 3rd. And that's the first out of the inning. And Greg Robinson is the hitter for the Vikings. He singled in the 2nd. As the wind picks up again here
Maybe
in
good
Hillsborough.
For us. Need to contribute to that 6 total home runs on the day. Straight down the middle.
Right down the middle. Strike 1 from Kenny Bringle, the pitcher for Forest Park, starting his 4th inning of work on the day. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Wind is really howling out there.
Two and 2 now on Greg Robinson. Bottom of the 4th, 1 out. And that's strike 3. So Robinson strikes out. And Kendall Findlay is the hitter now for the Vikings. 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to first in the 2nd. Singled and scored a run in the 1st.
Well, top of the lineup, that's where you usually get your most stuff going.
And the Vikings looking to put some runs on the board in this inning as they are now down by 2. And that's strike 1 to Findlay. The 0-1 windup, Bringle. That's a base hit for Findlay. So the Vikings have their first base runner of the inning. But there are 2 outs.
Well, Brian Probst could tie this game with 1 swing of the bat.
And that would be his 2nd of the day. Probst homered in the 3rd, a solo shot. There is a strong wind blowing out of the park. It's just picked up again. Probst digs in. And here's the windup from Bringle. Fouled back. Bottom of the 4th, 2 out, runner on first for the Vikings. Throw back to first, he's safe. Finley slides in. Vikings down by 2. Forest Park leading 7-5. 8 hits on the day for Forest Park, 7 hits for Jefferson College. There's the wind up. There goes Finley trying to steal second, and he'll be in there safely. So a runner in scoring position now for Jefferson College, and Probst is going to try to get one of those runs back.
Outfield's very deep, so a single should do it.
The wind up from Bringle. Off the mound, and that's up the middle for a single. And the Vikings do get one of those runs back as Finley comes in to score. 7-6 now. Forest Park on top of Jefferson College. Second RBI on the day for Probst, and second run scored on the day for Finley. And it's Nick Becker. Becker 0 for 1 with a walk. There's the windup. Popped high to the right side, should get out of play, and it does.
Boy, the wind really tried to bring that back into play.
It did. Wind's playing some tricks out there. And there's no shortage of hits or runs so far today.
Sure isn't, especially the homers.
Both teams with 8 hits. There's the wind up, high and inside.
Just keeping the batter from leaning over the plate just a little bit.
One and one count on Becker. Probst at first, 2 outs, bottom 4. Strong gust of wind now.
Wow, this is, that's when you like to get into one there.
Becker's ready. Bringle's ready. Ball 2. There's the 2-1 wind up. Taken low for ball 3. And if Becker can work the walk here, you got 2 on for your cleanup hitter.
Just hit the ball in the air, it'll carry out.
These conditions, you never know. Here's the 3-1 windup, and Becker does draw the walk. So 2 on now for Zach Shy, the cleanup hitter for Jefferson College. Shy, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles.
And an RBI to go with them. Ironically, the only inning no one scored in was the top of the first.
That's right.
Got some debris coming at us.
Soda cans flying our direction as the wind picks up. Here's the 0-0 wind up. Now 1-0 count on Zach Shy. Bringle looks at the runner at second, winds up, floats in there for strike 1. High for ball 2, 2-1 on Shy. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jefferson College trails Forest Park by 1 run, 7-6. But the Vikings looking to tie it up, and a hit from Shy would do just that, likely.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Got Probst on second, Becker on first. That one gets away from the catcher, and the runners will advance. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Jefferson College, and as we saw earlier in the game, that can be a huge play.
Oh, it can be. Very well can be. Now
you want the runners to earn each base they get, but right there, an easy advance for both Jeffco runners.
Pitch is delivered in the dirt.
In the
nice
dirt.
Save.
Catcher doesn't know where it's at, but it's right in front of him, so
base on
no
balls.
chance for Probst to score on that one. And you're right, Mike, that's a walk for Shy, so the bases are going to be loaded for John Lyons. Who scored on that wild pitch in the third. And Forest Park's going to talk things over. This wind has really been picking up here this inning.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's almost, it feels like gale force at times. But this conference, basically the only thing to talk about is the only possible thing, just get the batter out. You can't allow anything at this point.
Right, you already have the 2 outs.
I mean, this is a huge opportunity for the Vikings. It's one of those game-changing at-bats.
It really is. A great opportunity for the Vikings here. 2 outs in the inning, but the bases are loaded for John Lyons. And that's a base hit.
Whoa.
Made the call a little early, but I could see that one was going to get up there. Almost a great play by the second baseman there for Forest Park. And that puts the Vikings right back on top. Vikings lead now 8-7. You thought I called that one a little early, didn't you, Mike?
It looked like,
to be honest, so did I.
But like you said, regardless, it's a hit, and that's all that matters.
That's 2 RBIs for Lyons.
Luke Selecte will step up for the Vikings.
To be quite honest, I didn't think the second baseman for Forest Park would get anywhere close to that ball from where he was positioned, but he made a great effort at it.
Well, it was a sharply hit ball, but the wind might have held it up just a little bit, even though it was a low line drive.
It's outside for ball 1 on Schlechte. Schlechte, 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. Throw back to first. Runners at the corners for the Vikings, 1-1 count, 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. Vikings back on top, 8-7. There's the windup. Popped up.
The wind took that one.
The wind did knock that down a bit. A great effort there from the third baseman for Forest Park, but just couldn't get it to it.
And well, there's a second opportunity for Selecte. It looked like it'd be a sure out, but now he's redeemed at bat, and
there's a 1-2 count on Luke Schlechte. Trying to get that runner home from third.
Right at us.
Foul back. Still 1-2.
If the Vikings can get a run, innings 1, 2, and 3 will be exact for both teams, with the difference being the 2 run first. He's going to beat it out.
He did beat it out. That's going to put another one on the board for Jefferson College, 9-7 now. That was hit so softly that Forest Park just couldn't get to it.
And, I mean, we give up 4 in the top half, and the Vikings come back and say we'll match that, maybe even score more.
Well, it's Kyle Morse at the plate. He homered in the second.
Oh, they picked off a runner.
They did.
And that will end the inning.
That will, but Jefferson College puts 4 back on the board, and Jeffco leads at 9-7. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th on JCTV. Welcome back to Jefferson College Baseball on JCTV. First pitch for a strike, and I'd like to welcome the Jefferson College softball coach with me now, Tony Cook.
Thank you.
Thanks for sitting in, Tony. Mike had to leave us. Mike works many jobs, and he had to go to his other job today, so.
I'll tell you, this wind's something else.
It is. That wind, do you think that wind's added to some of the home runs we've seen?
By far it
By
has.
far?
Yeah.
I would think so.
You can almost see it in the pitcher's approach where they're taking a different attitude and their approach to the mound here with each pitch because of the wind.
Right. There's a 1-1 pitch.
And
that one's hit
deep fly,
deep
but the
into
wind's
center
got her
field.
again, it looks like.
But the catch is made. And the
Nice
wind
catch from
did.
the center fielder.
Some of those you wonder, is it just going to keep carrying? But center fielder did bring that one in for the first out of the inning. We're in the top of the 5th here. Jefferson College back on top, 9-7. Busy 4th inning for both teams as both scored 4 runs each in the top and bottom half of the 4th. But we're in the 5th now. And there's ball 1 from Claycamp. So it's been tough for both the baseball team here and, of course, the softball team as well to get games in. What's the forecast looking like tomorrow? You guys have one on the schedule this week.
Weather right now, it's looking pretty good for tomorrow. Thursday and Friday's not looking too well, but tomorrow's looking okay right now. Forest Park just got another single there.
As there's a hit for Forest Park. One out here in the top of the 5th inning. Jeffco on top, 9-7. Here's the windup from Claycamp. Ball in the dirt. Throw back to first, but the runner's safe. A lot of runs scored here today. 16 total so far.
And I don't think we've seen the end of them either. I think they're going to continue.
Grounded to third.
Hard slide by Forest Park there.
And that's the final out of the inning. Forest Park not happy with the call, but that will do it. We'll be right back on JCTV. Jeffco on top, 9-7. And we're back here for the bottom of the 5th inning on JCTV. And a little confusion for me, at least, on the end of that last inning. It looks like the runner was called for interference, so that was a double play that ended the inning there. This one's hit into the outfield here.
Well, there goes that wind again.
There goes that wind, and it's caught on the track by Forest Park. Was a great play. Yeah, I thought that wind might have taken that one over the wall too.
Them outfielders today they got their hands, work cut out for them, and I'll tell you what, it's going to take everything they have to catch these balls today. They definitely got their hands full.
And Zach Blanchard stands in now for Jefferson. It's a ball in the dirt for ball one. Blanchard 0 for 2 on the day, 2 ground outs. The 1-0 windup, way high for ball 2. Jefferson looking to add to its 2-run lead. Hit into center field, that's going to fall in for a base hit.
Nice smooth swing there by Blanchard.
Blanchard rounds first, but will stay there with a single. And it's Greg Robinson, 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the second. Also struck out in the fourth. Bottom 5 here in Hillsboro. 1 out, runner on first for the Vikings, looking to add to their 2-run lead, leading at 9-7 of Forest Park. Bunt attempt popped up, and a nice play made by the catcher to haul that one in for the second out.
That's tough there when you ask a player to put a, pretty much a routine bunt down and doesn't advance the runner. That's tough, especially in a game like today when every run and every hit's going to count. You got to make those plays.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for Forest Park, and that'll give us an opportunity to take a quick break on JCTV. We'll be right back. The Vikings on top of Forest Park, 9-7. And we're back here on JCTV, a pitching change for Forest Park. And Kendall Finley will step in for the Vikings, leadoff hitter. Finley been on base twice today, a couple of singles early on. We're in the bottom of the 5th here at Jefferson College. Vikings on top of Forest Park, 9-7, 2 outs. And a runner on first base. And that's Blanchard at first, takes the lead. Finley's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Good solid swing, just went over top of the ball there. That's where you want your your hitters to adjust a little bit. And try not to swing for that fence on the wind. Just, base knock is just all you need right here in this situation.
There's a 1-1. That's taken inside for strike 2. Blanchard has his lead at first. Finley takes the bat off his shoulder, ready for the pitch. It's taken for ball 2, 2-2 count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeffco Vikings on top by 2, 9-7 over Forest Park. Here's the windup. Full count now on Finley, the leadoff hitter for the Vikings. The sun peeking in and out behind the clouds here. Here's the 3-2 windup. That one's hit deep into right field, and that's gone. two-run shot for the Vikings. 11-7 now. And Kendall Finley, two-run home run.
Win or no win on that one, I think that one was gone no matter what there. He definitely had a good swing on that ball there.
No shortage of home runs today here at the baseball field in Hillsboro on the Jefferson College campus.
And as for both teams, the hit parade continues.
It does. Looks like that's the third home run for Jefferson College today.
Brian Probst hits one to the shortstop for the out.
Very
good
nice
line drive. Good play by the shortstop.
Very nice play to end the inning. But Jefferson College adds two more. The Vikings lead it 11-7. We'll be right back on JCTV.
All done?
You want to play?
It's off now.
You have insects over there. You can play with the insects.
We're back with Vikings baseball here on JCTV. The Vikings taking a 4-run lead into the top of the 6th. Vikings adding to their lead in the last inning with a 2-run home run by Kendall Finley, the leadoff hitter. And now the leadoff hitter steps in for Forest Park. It's Tom Hinkie. Hinkie with a home run on the day. He homered back in the 4th. Jeffco on top, 11-7. That's in there for strike one, 1-1 on Hinkie. As that wind just won't quit.
You know, you wonder how much it affects when one of the pitchers throw a curveball or a slider or something on the outside there. What it's actually doing for the outside pitch there with as strong of a wind that we have today.
Right. It's 2-1. Here's the windup. Hits that to short. And Jeffco makes the play for out number 1.
Herky product there. John Lyons making the play at shortstop there. One of many Jefferson County players on this team.
And Jared Sager steps in now for Forest Park. It's high for ball 1. I'm sure it's always nice as a coach to have the local talent. It's a little buzz around the area. You know, you get friends and family out to attend the games.
It always helps with the attendance of the crowd and things, and the media. They're always happy to see local products on the field performing for the Vikings and doing well. And we've got that on multiple of our programs this year, so it's good to see.
It's 2-1 now on Jared Sager. 1 out, top 6. Hit out of play. 2-2 count now. Two windup. Inside for ball 3. Full count on Sager. Well, the darker clouds are rolling by, and we're fortunate not to feel any raindrops. As we mentioned earlier, this game delayed about an hour because of rain earlier in the day. But the Vikings glad to get this one in. It's been tough going.
It has
your team and the baseball team here. It's so much rain, cold temperatures as that one's fouled to the left side.
Yeah, Mother Nature's been unkind to the spring sports this year. As in our case and baseball, you have to play when you get a chance, and conditions even like they are today, you try to make the best of it. And
And there's always some, as far as rescheduling the games too. I mean, those tournaments later in the year, those are set. So sometimes you just can't get them in, right? I mean, it's just not possible.
Exactly.
Here's a full count, and that's a strikeout.
Done a good pitch on the outside corner.
Strikeout for the first out of the inning. And pitching now for the Vikings, it is Sean Schaefer taking over for Aaron Claycamp. That's popped up.
That should be the third out of this inning.
And a nice play. Nice play there by Zach Shy, falling down, making the catch, but getting that third out. We're going to the bottom of the sixth on JCTV. Vikings on top, 11-7. Nick Becker will lead things off for the Vikings here in the bottom of the sixth. Becker with a couple of walks on the day. Vikings looking to add a couple more here in the bottom of the sixth, and then looking to close it out in the top of the seventh. Jefferson College on top, 11-7 over Forest Park. First pitch of the inning. It's in there for ball one.
You know, going back to these games we've been playing and all these rainouts, you know, teams have been suffering this year. You know, it kind of makes it a difficult situation because you know, like we talked earlier, you have to reschedule these games, and then you know, you're starting to get into the form where you play back to back to back. You're playing, you know, and as in our case, 18 out of the next 19 days in a row. And I think baseball's pretty much similar. You know, 16 out of the next 19. And it makes it tough on a pitching rotation. You know, you're trying to make a lineup. It gets tough, and it's really getting crunch time because you're getting close to the end of the season. You're trying to pack a whole season in roughly around 3 weeks here.
That's hit to the right side. Out of play. It's 2-2 on Becker. Yeah, trying to cram an entire season into 3 or 4 weeks, it's got to cause some headaches for you guys on the scheduling into things. Like you said, it takes a physical toll.
It does, and, you know, and more so on, you know, for the pitching staff in the baseball form, because, you know, it's a wholly different concept of the game than it is in softball. And so, you know, Coach Carroll's got his hands full trying to get his rotation picked out on that. There was a tough strikeout right there.
All right. On the inside corner. Becker didn't like it. It was close, but called for the strikeout. And Zach Shy steps in. Shy with a tricky fly ball to end the top half of this inning. He did make the catch, falling down onto the infield. That wind's been playing some tricks this afternoon. Grounded to first. A weird hop there, and Shy's going to get on base here. And he's going for two. Throw in. And they got him. Shy trying to stretch that into a double. Thrown out at second for the second out of the inning.
Not sure that's the best bet right there to push that, you know, with only a 4-run lead with this win and things. Coach Carroll's going to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
You want to be aggressive, but you want to be smart at it at the same time.
Right. And here's John Lyons for the Vikings. Lyons with a nice play in the top half of this inning as well. Let's hit the second. Slowly hit. Lyons has a shot to beat it out, but he does not. That's the third out of the inning. A real quick inning in the bottom of the sixth, and the Vikings are going to come up here in the top of the seventh to try to close this one out. Vikings on top, 11-7. We'll be right back. And we're back for the top of the seventh inning here. And here's the first pitch of the inning. It's taken for a strike. The Vikings looking to close it out. Forest Park down to its last 3 outs. Vikings on top, 11-7. A lot of runs scored today. There's ball one. Very windy. The wind just in this last break picked up probably the strongest it's been all afternoon.
I think you'll see Forest Park here be a little more choosier on their pitchings that they swing at, and
that one
might be trouble right there.
Deep into center field, and that's out of here for a home run. Cuts the lead to 3 for Jefferson College. 11-8 now. Jeffco still on top. looks to be Tim Cupp with that home run. That's his second of the day. He had a 2-run shot back in the 4th. So that's the way Forest Park wants to lead the inning off, getting another run on the board. Still nobody out.
Need to be careful here. Spencer, I believe, hit a home run the last time he was up at the AB.
He did. Oh, 0-1 on Spencer. And Schaefer still on the mound for Jefferson College. 1-1 count. Low for ball 2. There's the windup from Schaefer. 2-2. Mason fouled that one to the right side.
Days like today are not good for your pitching staff's ERA. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it, and you try to talk to your pitching staff and tell them to battle through it.
That one's fouled to the left side.
Coach Imicus is just shaking his head thinking, man, what can I do with my pitching staff to try to get us through this?
Yeah. And they're close. Need to get 3 more outs, though. So this one's hit deep into center, but it should be handled. And it is. It's taken in for out number 1. Becker hauled that one in out there in center. So that's the first out. Jefferson hanging on to an 11-8 lead here in the top of the 7th. Forest Park already put 1 on the board in this inning with a solo home run from Tim Cupp. And this is Matt Harmon. He takes a strike. It's 1-1. Grounded to first. Should be out number 2. It is. 2 outs. And Jefferson looking to close this one out. Tim Beck comes to the plate. Well, it looks like this.
Got the pinch hitter here?
Pinch hitter. No rosters for us for Forest Park, so we will just call him number 31. Steps in and takes a first pitch strike.
It's what you like to see out of your pitchers. Get ahead in the count.
This guy looks like he has some power. And the wind can only help, but Schaefer is going to have something to say about that as he winds up. This one's hit into right, or into left rather. Falls in for a hit.
That's another disadvantage with this strong wind like it is. You got your outfield playing a little deeper than normal, and so those dinks off the end of those bats sometimes just drop for those infield, bloopers like that.
Right, when normally those may hang up for an out. Wind pushes them down. So runner on first for Florissant Valley, Forest Park.
Looks like this might be the end for.
Yeah, it looks like Schaefer's handed the ball off to head coach Sam Carroll. So we're gonna have a pitching change here. Top 7, Vikings with a 3-run lead, leading 11-8. We'll be right back on JCTV. And we're back here on JCTV. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Rob Wart now on the mound for the Vikings. Wart trying to get that last out to clinch the win for Jefferson College. Here's the first pitch. Foul to the right. Catcher's going to go out and say quick words to Wart. 0-1 count, 2 outs, top 7. Jefferson leads Forest Park 11-8. Some of those darker, threatening looking clouds are starting to roll over the horizon. Sure, Jeffco wants to get this last out and wrap game number 1 here up. Very good pitch for strike 2. And
He's got him set up where he wants him right here, I think, and now he's got a few pitches he can he can work with the hitter here. And
wind up from Wart. Fouled back. Forest Park down to its last strike and last out. 2 outs, top 7. Here's the pitch. Pop to the right side. Will Jefferson have a play? No, it falls in. Foul. So far, Wart throwing some good pitches here.
these dark, heavy clouds, it's hard to pick up the ball sometimes.
It is.
You really have a hard time seeing it.
I can only imagine one of the fielders out there trying to look up into the white sky and haul in one of those foul balls or fly balls, what have you. That's ball 1.
We always talk about that even with our girls. That it's tough. You got to work on that to pick up the ball and see it. And I imagine Sam does the same thing. But
that hits the batter.
With his guys, that's not what Sam wanted to see on that.
No.
On that right there. He did not want to bring the tying run to the plate.
It's 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the 7th. And as you said, Tony, the tying run is up to the plate now. Wart waits for the sign. He's set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Low for ball 1. Forest Park dugout cheering on. The 1-0 wind up. Low, ball 2.
Looks like Wart may be trying to aim more than he is just throwing. He's trying to be too cautious, I think, here, and just needs to relax a little and throw the pitches that he can throw.
2-0 delivery. Grounded to second. This should do it, and it does. The Vikings take it 11-8, improving Jefferson College, improving its overall record to 17-11. That's going to do it. I'd like to thank Coach Tony Cook for sitting in, and Mike Peterson as well. And that'll do it. Jefferson College wins it 11-8 over Forest Park. See you next time on JC TV.